I think difficult times most often were characterized by a lot of change in a short period of time. And I think it is exactly this change which provides opportunities.
Welcome to the Schneeberger Linear Motion Technology podcast. Schneeberger Group moves with more than 100 years experience with their linear motion technology and mineral cast. The enterprise will celebrate this year, 2023, its 100-year celebration ceremonies. I'm proud to speak with the owner and chairman of the board, Mr. Hans-Martin Schneeberger. My name is Markus Frutig. Hearty welcome to our podcast.
Thank you, glad to be here.
How do you explain your grandchildren the linear motion technology?
That's relatively simple, I think. If you look at the train and you consider a train with a straight track, and then on that track you can move rail car back and forth. This is linear motion, back and forth, and that's exactly what we do. Except that our tracks are a little bit more straight, are a little bit more precise, are a little bit smaller. But we move on our tracks, on our guideways, carriages, back and forth.
Do you have a sample where normal users could meet linear motion technology?
If you walk around your house and you open and close drawers, every time you open and close a drawer, you move carriage on a linear guideway. A complete different example, if you go to your dentist and the dentist makes a scan of your teeth, then he has a little device where he uses in the mouth of his patient to do the scanning. And in that little device, you have a very small, very high precision linear guideway from Schneeberger to move the sensor and to move the scanner. There are many different applications as well, from classical machine tools all the way to electron beam microscopies and many others.
So linear motion technology, meanwhile, has a wide range of competitors. What are the main specific points you offer with your products to your customers worldwide?
You're absolutely correct. There are many suppliers of linear motion products, but also there are many different applications for linear motion products. I already mentioned examples on a linear guideway to open and close drawers, and at the same time you have linear guideways in E-beam microscopy. So the technical requirements are as diverse as the application itself. Now, our particular field of application is the high-end, the technology end of applications. Each time you're looking for something, for a movement which is very precise, very dynamic, very reliable, that is our business. This is in semiconductor equipment, in high-end machine tools, and many more.
Compared to others, what do you do better?
I think it's products and more, in the sense that our aim and our promise to our customers is that we are a reliable partner to their business.
So your grandfather founded this company in 1923. Very difficult time, economic crisis. And today we have the year 2023, again, economic crisis. What is your personal feeling about all this history, about the responsibility and the actual situation?
I think difficult times most often were characterized by a lot of change in a short period of time. And I think it is exactly this change which provides opportunities. A world which doesn't change by definition. That means there are no new opportunities. And the more change we see, the more opportunities we can find. And if I look at the history of the company, and particularly if I look at the market product history of our company, it is extremely interesting. The company was always faced with markets which just collapsed. And then the company had to rethink and develop new approaches, new products, develop new markets. And the success of doing exactly that, if you look through the history of the company, extremely fascinating and stimulating at the same time.
What was the biggest success in your personal history running your company a special feeling for you?
The biggest success is always if we win a new customer or if we win a huge contract with an existing customer. And the reason why I think that's so important is if a customer documents his trust into you by giving you a big contract, means that he's relying on you as a supplier. He's trusting that you can support his operation with your capability. I think to me that is each time a new success and extremely gratifying experience.
On the other hand, due to failure, due to problems, what was the worst situation in your life for the future?
It's all around the same issue, customer relations, products, customer markets. And to me, the biggest failure is if we cannot meet a promise which we made to a customer, or if we cannot meet the customer expectation, maybe from a technology or from a delivery point of view. And of course, these are always, if something like that happens, it is tremendous motivation to make sure something like that never happens again, and that you do it better than you ever did it before.
As owner and chairman of the board, do you have any time to run the daily business, or are you just the background?
Well, I try not to be. You would have to ask that question to our management and our employees. The point is, I was running the company on a daily basis for more than 30 years. From the point in time when I decided to focus more on the job as chairman of the board and hand over the management, the operation and the daily management to an executive team, from that point on, I made sure that I stepped back a little bit. On one hand, you say, well, I hand over the responsibility to a management team. But you know what? I'm involved in every day myself anyway. So I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's the way it runs. I think we really have a highly capable executive team, which I'm very proud of. And they run the business and they do a good job. And I think that's the way it has to be.
Now you're 67 years old. You saw the whole world. You was also chairman of the European Association for the Machine Tool Industries and Related Manufacturing Technologies, ZCIMO. When you remember your life, what is important message you want to give to your customers and perhaps a message also to your employees?
Towards the customer, I want to make sure that we are able to communicate that we strive to really fulfill our promise to be a partner, to be a reliable partner to our customers, to our business partners. I cannot guarantee that we never make a mistake, but I can guarantee you that if we make a mistake, we stand up to it, we take the consequence, we take the responsibility and take action and do the best to fix it in a proper, fast, expedient way.
So what would be the message for your employees?
I think it's important for me to know that personally, I'm very proud of the employee and the entire staff we have here in the company. I get a sense that everybody understood what the spirit of the company is, namely to cater to our customers' need. And I think that's the base for the way we can address the future.
So the future is also a big open situation right now. What are the most important kind of targets you have?
Well, first of all, as I mentioned before, we are living through big change. And each time we see change, we see new opportunities. The point which occupies me from all the opportunities relating to the changing energy structure in the world, to changing the automotive industry taking place, tectonic shifts in ICT and IoT environment. The question is, from all these opportunities, which one do we bet on? What is the future of our markets, of our products, to exploit the opportunities which present itself today?
In our starting discussion before this podcast, you also mentioned about growing amount of data. What kind of technologies do you have in focus? Artificial intelligence is running a lot of business. What kind of technologies we could expect in the next time from Schneeberger Group?
We are very involved in the entire semiconductor industry. We are supplier of most of the big semiconductor hardware equipment manufacturers. So the fact that we need ever more computing power, we need ever more networking capacity, we need ever more data storage capacity actually is our business. From the product side, we have been very early. As a matter of fact, we have been the first company in our industry to produce not just mechanical linear motion and linear bearings, but actually mechatronic linear products. This gave us a start in making even more intelligent products. And the future, of course, is even connected products. It's products with artificial intelligence in there. So there's a lot to come and a lot of exciting stuff to see.
You're going to celebrate this year, 2023, the 100 years celebrations with more than 1,400 employees worldwide. How do you do it?
You know, when we celebrated the 75 years anniversary, we made big celebration in Lucerne. We invited everybody from around the world, all the employees with their partners. It was fantastic. It was really great to have everybody at one location and to be able to also to address in the celebration speech all our staff. But that's history. So this time we can't do that anymore. What we decided to do is that we celebrate it at every location. So throughout the summer, we will have almost every week some celebration somewhere in one of our companies. And as a matter of fact, this is also going to be a very nice and very enjoyable event. This gives the opportunity with several smaller events to get even more some personal communication, to be able to see everybody again, to have some more time with the individual people rather than in a big event.
And how do you plan to celebrate with your customers?
Yes, we also have that. We're going to be here, but we're also going to be next door. There's a beautiful old monastery dating back to 1718 when it was newly rebuilt. Of course, it's much older than that, but it's a fantastic venue and we're going to make use of that.
I thank you very much for your time, for your informations.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to me.
Dear listeners, if you want to get more information about linear motion technology and the wide range of the Schneeberger Group products, just visit schneeberger.com for more information.